The Senate finally just pushed through the plan to reopen the government last night. XRP's price is soaring, and we have ETFs scheduled to go live this week. We won't spend time on the victory lap. If you've been with me this far, you've heard all the predictions. Now we get to see what happens next. Good morning, XRP Army. Welcome back to the channel. It is a marvelous Monday morning. We've got the government reopening, so I get to keep the beard on my face. We called it, but I won't spend too much time on my victory lap because everyone wants to know what's next. But first, if this is your first time here, kick back, relax, and enjoy yourself. But if it's your second time, you know what time it is. You need to hit subscribe, smash the like button, and leave a comment. Let me know you are here. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. And without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the chart and enjoy our victory lap. All right, as you can see, when the news came out, or the news started to come out that it was going to happen, price started running up. We have pushed through 248, and we are coming back down to retest. I expect a retest off of this 248 level before we see another shoot up. 248 is still king. It needs to hold. If 248 holds, we're going to see a push up to the 260, maybe even 270 area. If 248 falls, it's going to reopen 240 and then 230 again, and worst case scenario, 220. But I do not expect that to happen. Now that the government is reopening, we have ETFs going live on Friday. Everyone wants to know what to expect next. We've called it to this point. Now we need to figure out what's happening next. My plan, my original thesis was there's going to be a sell event on Friday, or when these ETFs go live. I mean, there's a run up right now. Everyone's expecting it. ETFs take a little bit to build. They take a little bit. I mean, we're going to see insane inflows at first, but it's still going to take a few days to really get cooking on those. So I expect the first day that ETFs launch, we are going to see a little bit of a sell off. That'll probably be our last opportunity to buy in. My opinion, not financial advice. But I think that'll be our last opportunity to buy in before the price starts to blow up with the government reopening, with everything happening with liquidity like we were talking about. But let's talk about the government reopening so you have all the data. Senate advances plan to end historic shutdown in a bipartisan breakthrough. The framework lawmakers agreed to on Sunday night would not guarantee an extension of the expiring Affordable Care Act tax credits. That's been the sticking point. That's been the sticking point is the Affordable Care Act, and it did not get pushed through. So we'll see what happens with that. I hope that doesn't impact anyone. I know a lot of people are struggling with their medical and health insurance, and this is not going to be good news for them. But that is how the government reopened. The Senate voted to break the shutdown stalemate Sunday, paving the way for the government to reopen as soon as later this week. I think it could happen faster. I don't think this is going to take much time to get through the House. So the government shutdown is ending. Everything is looking good. In exchange, Democrats have commitment from Trump administration to rehire government workers fired at the start of the funding lapse, and the promise of a Senate floor vote in December on legislation to expand the expiring Obamacare tax credits. So they are going to vote again on the Affordable Care Act. Hopefully they can get that figured out to help anyone in need, because I know that is a big deal. I don't want to make light of some of these things that are impacting a lot of people in a very, very real way when we're discussing the XRP chart, because these services really, really do affect people. I know we talk about it on the charts here, but that is going to have a major effect on a lot of people if they can't get that figured out. That being said, price is doing great. Government is reopening. ETFs are going live. Everything is going according to plan. I cannot complain. Other than that, there's no really new news other than the price starting to shoot up and the government reopening. I expect we will get more this week. What we need to look out for this week now is things heating up with the SEC. I will be keeping an eye out on any new listings, updates, and things like that going on with the SEC now that they are going to be reopening. It might not see anything till next week, depending on how this looks. I don't think it's anything that's going to happen right away this week, but we already do have 2 ETFs going live this week. If we continue to get bullish news, price is going to continue to go up in expectation of those ETFs. And again, I do think we'll have a little sell-off at the end. But that is everything for now. If you made it to the end of the video, I want you to comment truth, because so far everything's happened the way we thought it would, and things are looking like they're lining up, and I am excited for it. I think the next several weeks are going to be fantastic, and I think the run is about to begin. Not financial advice, but I do think the run is about to begin at end of November into December. That was the plan from the get-go. The plan was the government to reopen last week / this week, as well as the ETFs going live, which we have 2. So everything is lining up in our favor. We need the supply shock, and as soon as the ETFs start going live and money starts to flow into them, we'll start seeing XRP being pulled off exchanges, and it should have an increase on the price. But for now, that is all, everyone. Make sure you subscribe so you can check out tomorrow's update, and I will see you on the next video. Later.